Hello and welcome to Kitchen Countercrafts. If you like this video, would you please like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, making my way through the journals from Crossway. I did not realize that I had not done the journal for Ecclesiastes. I'd set it aside because we actually finished it a while ago in church, and I wanted to review it and to show you how I use these journals, especially for sermon notes. And I set it aside and kind of forgot about it. So here I am just going through it again. So it was done in December, and I usually put the dates down for when this sermon series was going to be going through. And if you're not familiar with these Crossway journals, let me just show them to you real quick. First of all, I use them for sermons. I don't normally just take random notes. I was thinking about doing this for Bible studies, but because our church does sermon series on entire books of the Bible, I thought that would probably be a good way to do it. Of course, I mean, I don't know if we're going to make it through the 66 books, but you know, you never know. So the Crossway Illuminated scripture journals are in ESV. I do not know if they have other translations now, but at the time that I purchased this, which is a few years ago, plus I got the New Testament from my son for a Christmas gift, and that was very sweet. At that time, it was only ESV. So I believe that they have other ones now, but not from Crossway, just other, I think other publishers are making these because I think they're that popular. So the style is interlinear, which means that there's the verses and then a blank page and then verses and a blank page. And so that's what really makes these, I think, so wonderful for me personally, because I go through and I can write my notes. I can also write all kinds of different things in there. I love to draw and just kind of have more of a cartoonish art, and so I just write that in there as well. So this is the first sermon, and if you are a fountain pen user, one of the ways that I use these for fountain pens is I note what I am using. So this is the Opus Omar with a Franklin Christoph EF Flex nib and Noodler's turquoise in it. So I jot down what's the ink, what's the pen, and you're gonna start kind of seeing some of the inks being used for art in here and also just for writing. So I'm just gonna walk you through this. There's the second chapter, my notes, not just the sermon, but also my own personal notes, any thoughts, anything that's important that's going on in my life at that point in time is also kind of noticed or noted in here. This was a Twisby Eco Fine with Earl Grey Diamine, so you can see that gorgeous shading that can come from that. A lot of times when I use inks and I shade, it's just with water, so I will use it that way. And then here I have color, and those are my Prisma color pencils that I use. But like this right here is just the Noodler's turquoise ink with a little bit of water that's going on. So now in these journals, they have like the illuminated lettering. The illuminated lettering is just like the medieval transcripts. So a lot of the work in the Gutenberg Bible from, I think it's 1492, 1496, something like that, 1400s, it was all illuminated writing, and so that's what this follows. It's just that old-fashioned kind of cool looking way. So because this was going on, I have a part of a sermon and then just use that page for additional notes. Then here's more. You can actually see me switching four different inks. I've got black, turquoise, and then another ink going on here that I did not note. I have quite a bit of that Noodler's turquoise because Opus Omar, I don't know if you know about it, but it holds like 3 mils of ink, so it can go on forever. It's another reason why I love that pen. What else? So this is about idolatry and dissatisfaction. Okay. So I've forgotten about this, but in these journals is when I first started sketching out my ink pens. And so you'll notice that I was absolutely enamored with this one. And that is the mini opus in the Sakura cherry blossom. I have a video if you'd like to see it. It is an unbelievably beautiful and such a fun pen to use. That is actual size. And so I tried to draw those in here as well on the side. It's just a little, kind of a walk through memory lane for me, which is also fun. So here I'm trying my own illuminated lettering. It is something that I've gotten into. I absolutely love it. But anyway, just trying out my own. Sometimes it doesn't quite look as gothic as it ought to, but again, these are my own journal, so stuff's pretty much done for me. Here's the Twisby Eco in Jade. I have Diamine Dark Forest in there, so Diamine Dark Forest is way more darker than that. It's more like this, but it's a gorgeous, actually a very, very gorgeous ink. Look at it, so pretty. I know this is not about inks. This is about Ecclesiastes. And the theme of the book is carried through that life is a breath, and there are no answers for us apart from the Lord. Fate of Adam is death, and the gift of life is Christ. Okay, so here we are, a little bit more on my own writing and just trying out different styles. Also trying to mimic a little bit of what I see here, but more about wisdom, which is also a theme. I don't know if you know, but fly in the ointment, this drawing up here, that comes from Ecclesiastes. Yes, it does. Absolutely does. So it is the one small thing that ruins something beautiful and lovely. Anything else? Oh, a little birdie told me that also comes from the book of Ecclesiastes. By the way, I have ink in here and my nails are not dirty. I just was messing with pens. Yeah, I know. Just kind of how that goes. And a little bit more here about wisdom having limitations, and also to go forward in the face of uncertainty. Another pen that I was using here is the Lami 2000, and it looks like it's Ackerman 8. So that must have been around the time that I got it, because I had Ackerman 8 in there. And I have a video on that as well. And then the last part of the book of Ecclesiastes is fear God, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right, so that's it. And then I just have some randomness in the back. And I love to use these journals. I love keeping these journals. They are very much, oops, I don't know why I just threw that. I was going to show you the back of it. They're very fountain pen friendly. So if you can tell, there's hardly anything that's coming through on this side. Even after I, do a lot of art, there's not anything that's coming through on the other side. So, well, I take that back. Here's something that came through, but I'm going to also guess that I had a heavy hand. Yeah, there it is. It's a heart and all that. So if I'm heavy with it, like down here, I have that, but there's not anything that came through on this side. So really great for fountain pens. If you are interested in it, let me know. Also, just, I don't know, do you take notes? Do you keep a record of which pen you're using, how you're using it? If you are into the scriptures, I would just recommend getting one of these, because I think they are absolutely wonderful and quite lovely to use. So with that, I hope you will check out some of the fountain pens that I mentioned in some of the videos, and would you leave me a comment, and also click the like button if you liked it, and if you didn't, why don't you tell me in the comments why you did not, and I will try my best to make my work better, because that is really how I think that this channel improves, is by constructive criticism and constructive feedback. So I'd love to hear from you no matter what. Until the next video, bye.